Welcome to the First Time Home Buyers webinar. We'll be discussing unlocking home ownership, a guide for first-time homeowners here in Hamilton, Ontario. And I will be your presenter today. And if you're new to me, my name is Yasheikaturner. Now let's look at what is in store for us today in this free webinar. So we'll be discussing some very important topics, which includes why choose Hamilton, Ontario to purchase your first home. The neighborhoods in Hamilton, understanding the real estate market, we'll be doing some comparison, and also financing your home, which is very important, a very important step, right? Because we need to know where we're getting that money from. And also the step-by-step process of the home buying process. Then lastly, we will touch in our conclusion and we will look at what's next in store for you today. Now, if you're new to me, my name is Yasheikaturner and I'm a real estate sales representative here in Hamilton, Ontario with Shako Brokerage Inc. Now, why should you choose me to be your realtor? Well, if you hire me to be your real estate agent, I will guarantee that it will be an enjoyable and less stressful process. Now, a little background about myself. I am a registered nurse. I've been practicing registered nursing for almost 20 years now. My background is in mental health nursing. So with that said, as I work alongside with you to be your realtor, I have a full understanding when it comes on to trying to do things that prioritize your mental wellness and your mental health, which makes this home buying journey, which can be a very stressful journey, less stressful and a more enjoyable journey for you. I'm also a certified life coach. So you're not only getting a realtor, you're getting a caring individual and also a person who can help you to structure, to make short-term and your long-term goals. So you're getting the full package here from me if you choose me to be your realtor here representing you in Hamilton. Now, let's look at the first topic for today. Why choose Hamilton, Ontario? Of all the other cities, why choose Hamilton? Now, there are several reasons why you would want to choose Hamilton to purchase your first home. And let's look at the affordability. Now, compared to the GTA, you can get more for your money here in Hamilton. And later down, as we go along into this webinar, you will see where I show you some comparison with the purchase value of a home in Hamilton versus in the GTA area. Now, say, for example, you purchase this house here in Hamilton, this detached house, maybe it is the same amount of money you're going to pay for a townhouse or a condo in Toronto, in the GTA. So why not choose Hamilton where you can get more for your money? Comment below and tell me where you're joining in from today from this webinar. And after, let me know why, which one of these reasons, I think I'm going to give around 4 reasons, which one of these reasons will sort of trigger you, will sort of excite you, will sort of, why you would choose Hamilton. So let's look at the second reason, the lifestyle. Now, when it comes down to Hamilton, we have a wide variety of things that offers a more quality lifestyle, right? We have tons of waterfalls. Now, if you didn't know, Hamilton is known as the city of waterfalls. Yes. Why? Because we have over 100 waterfalls, not to mention parks, hiking trails, several outdoor spaces, outdoor areas. So if you're looking for a more slow-paced city, a more suburb city, to enjoy more greenery, more quiet, more peace, slower-paced lifestyle, then I think Hamilton is the place for you. Now, let's look at the job opportunities. Compared to the GTA market, which is very much competitive, then I'm sure that you will be able to get a job here in Hamilton. So let me share my personal experience. I'm an immigrant here living in Canada. I moved here in 2011 as a single mom at the time. And I was living in Mississauga. No, I was trying to get a job in Mississauga at the time, nursing job, which seems impossible. I made several different applications, which none was really successful. I came here to Hamilton for a short stay to visit a family member. And during that week, I decided, you know what, let me try sending out some applications. And to my surprise, I was landed a job within 1 week of moving here, well, staying here temporary in Hamilton. So think outside the box. Try to, explore outside of the GTA, outside of the bigger, more populated cities to a more less populated city to try for a job search. And then if you get that job, then that might be the reason for you to move here to Hamilton, because that was the reason for me to purchase my first home here in Hamilton, because of that job opportunity. Now, let's look at the quality of life. Less stressful, less traffic, more peace, more quiet. I know in especially Toronto and the GTA, the traffic can be cumbersome. It can be a lot. And I don't know about you, but I don't like sitting in traffic to get from point A to point B, which takes over an hour, 45 minutes. Let me tell you, it sort of hurts my head whenever I have to leave Hamilton to travel to the GTA, knowing that I have to be stuck in traffic for a period of time. So less traffic. It can take you maybe less than half an hour to get to work. Even if you choose a little more suburb areas outside of Hamilton, say, for example, Caledonia, Binbrook, those are outskirts of Hamilton. It's just a 20-minute ride, which is like a countryside ride with this like nice scenery here to take you to work in Hamilton. And for example, job opportunities, what we just spoke about here, if you're in the health sector, if you're in the health field, we have lots of hospitals here. We have McMaster's Children's Hospital. We have Juravinsky Hospital, the General Hospital, St. Joe's Hospital, which offers both mental health and general services. So if you're a healthcare worker, spot on, even more perfect for you. So the quality of life will definitely be a slower pace for you, a more relaxed state, and compared to the affordability, moving here, you don't have to try to work those two jobs to try to maintain a mortgage of a house for over $1 million, over $2 million. So the affordability is better, enabling you to live a more less stress lifestyle, because you don't have to be in that hustle and bustle lifestyle. You work one job, you look after your household, and you be present with your kids rather than being in two places. Like, where do you get the time to even enjoy life when you have to work so hard to maintain that mortgage? Now, let's look at the neighborhoods in Hamilton. Now, Hamilton has different spots, and just like any other city, there are good spots and bad spots. So that's why it is very important for you to find a realtor that is familiar with the neighborhood or the city that you plan to live in. Now, firstly, let's look at Westdale area. Now, Westdale area, if you are a person who like those cozy cafes, boutique shops, and the stunning, as I mentioned before, we have McMaster Hospital. We also have McMaster University campus nearby the Westdale area. So if you have a child who is looking to attend a university and you're in the GTA area, then you want them to explore other areas, then McMaster University could be an option. Now, that might be the reason why you want to move to Hamilton, right? To accommodate your child. Now, this would be a convenient area for you to look to purchase just because of the ease of and accessibility of transport if you're taking the bus to go to and from the house to McMaster University. So that's one. Next, we have Dundas, which is a little bit closer. It's leading out to the west area, so Westdale area carrying along. So Dundas is a neighborhood that is perfect for you if you're a nature lover and if you appreciate that tight-knit community. You got access to hiking trails, waterfalls, and giant and quaint shops, right? So if you're looking for that quiet, peaceful, serene neighborhood, then Dundas is the place for you. Now let's take us back now to downtown Hamilton. Now, downtown Hamilton has its good spots and bad spots, just like any other downtown areas in any other cities, right? So downtown Hamilton is where you want to be if you crave that urban lifestyle, that those coffee shops, art galleries, and the nightlife. We have our famous Head Street there. And the real estate market there, downtown Hamilton, offers a range of options for you, from charming historic homes to modern condos. We also have the famous Hamilton market, the food market, downtown Hamilton. There's a mall there. There's a GO station there for easy access if you want to commute back and forth from Hamilton to the GTA. Then there is the convenience of just hopping on to the GO bus right there or the GO train. So that's the convenience that downtown Hamilton offers for you. If you're looking further out east now, let's go further east. We're going into Stony Creek. So Stony Creek is known for its stunning waterfront views and family-friendly atmosphere. Now, Stony Creek it is divided into the lower Stony Creek area and the upper Stony Creek area. We call that on the mountain. So on the mountain, that's where you get that nice view of the downtown area. And if you're moving from the GTA and you are a person that commutes, then Stony Creek will be closer to going back to the GTA. You can just hop on to the highway, hop onto the QEW, and you get there faster rather than moving to Westdale or to Dundas, which is further west on the west side. So that's the difference there. Now, as we come up on the mountain, Hamilton Mountain, and the thing with persons who lives in Hamilton, they differentiate themselves. So you'll find persons who will say, oh, I'm from Hamilton Mountain, or they don't say that they're from Hamilton, right? Hamilton Mountain. So it's like this, this thing, right? They dissociate themselves from downtown. No, but downtown is, as I said, if it has its pros and its cons. If you don't drive, it has easy bus access. So there's something for everybody. So Hamilton Mountain offers affordable and family-friendly homes. It's a growing real estate scene here on Hamilton Mountain. The real estate market offers a range of different options again, from townhouses to detached homes, historic homes, modern condos. You can find the house that you need here on the mountain. So there's a wide variety. And this is suited for families. There are schools, there are parks, there's a mall, there are lots to do, Hamilton Mountain. Now let's take it up a notch. We have Ancaster. Now, Ancaster is the place to be if you have a touch of elegance. We have golf courses, beautiful parks, and a strong sense of community makes this neighborhood a top choice for you. The real estate market here also boosts upscale homes and estate homes. So if you're that person who likes to live in a more sophisticated neighborhood, then Ancaster is the place for you. So downtown Hamilton will be on the more affordable side. Then you have in the middle Hamilton Mountain. And then if you want to go higher with that budget, then Ancaster is the place for you. Let me know in the comments. I'm curious to know which one of these neighborhoods sounds more suitable for your needs and your family needs. Let me know in the comments below. Now, as we get further into this is just a map showing specifically the downtown area of Hamilton. So we have Centennial Parkway here. This is on the east side here, and which leads here. They have the Red Hill Valley here. So if you're coming in from the GTA, taking the highways, then these are the areas there that you can exit right there. And then here over this side, now this is on the mountain here, and this is all the downtown area. So this is just a map here. And another benefit of living in Hamilton is the proximity, the distance from Niagara Falls. We're right in the middle. So if you're coming from the GTA, I know you have to drive 2 hours to visit Niagara Falls for your weekend getaway or for your entertainment. Now for us here in Hamilton, it's under an hour, between 45 to 50 minutes to drive to Niagara Falls. So this is another pro of choosing Hamilton. We also have a water park here in Hamilton, Confederation Park. So that's just a little bit of Hamilton. You know, Hamilton has a lot to offer. Now, as I promised before, let's now look at understanding the real estate market here in Hamilton, Ontario. Now, the current market trends. The average home price in Hamilton is significantly, you see that word here, significantly lower compared to Toronto and the GTA, offering more affordable options for you as a first-time home buyer. Now, let's look at this comparison here as we look at the stats for May 2024. Now, this is Hamilton region, and this is Toronto Central region. This is for May, right? Now, look at the price, the average price for a detached home in Hamilton. $946,000. It's more than double the amount in the GTA. No, think about it. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just giving you the statistics here. Now, let's look at a semi-detached. 651, 260. Semi-detached in Hamilton. Now, not even a condo. No, look at the condo here. 827. For a semi-detached, it's 1 million, over $1 million for a semi-detached. Look at that. While you can get a detached house in Hamilton for almost half that price. Let's look at a condo in Hamilton, under 500,000. Now, for example, if you're a first-time home buyer, this under 500,000, that means you only need 5% to purchase this condo, this price condo, to purchase a condo in Hamilton. Yes, you know that condos comes with condo fees, but look, if you're a first-time home buyer, you can get a condo downtown Hamilton. You travel, you commute, you take the GO bus to and from if you're still working in the GTA. Look at a condo price in the GTA, $827,000. Now, you can get for this price of a small condo in the GTA compared to what you can get in Hamilton, you can almost get a detached house. I know for sure you can get a detached house rather than a condo. A detached house where you have your own backyard, you have your own privacy, you're not attached to anybody's house that cause any disturbance, you're not paying any condo fees, and maybe you can find something with the potential, with an income generating potential where you can rent out a part of it to bring in additional income stream. Now, look at a townhouse in Hamilton, 777,000 compared to a townhouse in Toronto. Man. Now, the thing that they both have in common is the days on the market. So the average days on the market for the real estate right now is 22 days, and which is similar to that of Toronto, the GTA area. Now, the lower the number, then that means it's in the real estate market is trending in the seller's market. The higher the number, it is in buyer's market, which means that you as a buyer has more advantage of picking and choosing and negotiating to get the best offer for you, right? So now as the interest rate just dropped a little bit, we're seeing a little change in the market. Now in the GTA, I've seen where there has been that over asking price. Yes, those bidding war will start to pick up again in the GTA, right? So if you want to avoid getting into those bidding wars, getting into the multiple offer deals where you have to put above the asking price, then why not come to Hamilton? And if you're planning on coming, you need to come fast before this market shifts, before the prices starts going up, right? So there you go. You have all the reasons why choose Hamilton. Now let's look at now financing your home purchase. Now, when we talk about financing, we're talking about getting that money to purchase that home. Now, when you're looking into financing, you can either choose a bank, one of your bank, your current bank that you're using, or you can hire a mortgage agent. Now, the difference with the bank and the mortgage agent, the bank gives you what they got, right? They only can provide what they have, while the mortgage agent works as a wholesaler. So the mortgage agent works with different lenders, different kinds of lenders, different categories of lenders. So what they'll do, they will meet with you, they'll assess your financial situation, and they will go around and shop to find the right product to suit your personal needs. Each person's financial history looks different. Your financial path looks different. So the mortgage agent gives you more options. Whereas if you walk into a bank, you're just going to get what the rate that that bank has to offer. If you need mortgage agents, then I have a list of mortgage agents that I can recommend and suggest for you to book an appointment and to discuss further, right? Now, understanding fixed rate versus variable rates. Now, that's another thing that the mortgage agent and the bank will discuss with you. So you have to decide which one is best for you at the time. Let's look at our down payments and saving strategies. Now, there is the minimum. So down payment is one of the requirements, one of the financial requirements that you will have to come up with for yourself to pay as a down payment for the house, right? To secure that house. The other proportion of the purchasing price of the house, then that's where the lender will come in. But you, as a buyer, have the responsibility of coming up with your down payment. Down payment ranges from 5% minimum to a maximum of 20%. Anything above $1 million, then you have to find 20% down payment for that. Now, that's another pro of moving to Hamilton, because if you find a house that's under $1 million, that means you have to come up with less down payment. So that's another pro. Now, let's look into saving strategies. How do you come up with this down payment, with this closing costs and all the other hidden fees that comes with home ownership? Now you can either get another source of income, such as starting a side hustle, or you can work extra shifts to save for that down payment. Now, I have a YouTube channel where I mention several ways of creating additional income streams. So if you're interested in that, then feel free to subscribe, and you will definitely find something that will help you to save towards that down payment. Now, there's also the first-time home buyer incentives and programs. When you meet with your mortgage agent, they will explore all the options and, again, the right product to suit your needs. If you need a mortgage agent, let me know, connect with me, and again, I can recommend you to mortgage agents. Budgeting for home ownership and hidden costs to consider. Now, when you decide that you're going to purchase your home, you have to be strategic with budgeting. You have to budget for that down payment and all the other costs and fees that comes with the purchasing of the home, and also the responsibility and additional surprise expenses that will pop up as a homeowner. So down payment is one. We have closing costs, moving fees, and again, purchasing of furnitures and all that stuff that you might need to move into your new home. Got it? Are you understanding this so far? Are you still with me? Let me know in the comments if you're still here. Now, let's jump into the excited part of the step-by-step process of the home buying process. Now, the first step, a lot of persons skip this step, and please do not skip this step. This is the first step, and this is one of the most important. This is the most important step, because you don't want to start home shopping and you don't know if you're approved for a loan, how much you're approved for. So the first step is getting pre-approved for a loan. As we just mentioned, finding a lender. So getting a mortgage lender, this means submitting your preliminary documents like your pay stubs, your bank statements, and your tax return, so you know your purchasing power. So it's all about reviewing your financial history, meeting with your lender, whether that is going to be your bank or a mortgage agent, but meeting with them first to go over your financial history to know where you stand. Knowing exactly how you would be able to borrow sets your budget and shows sellers that you're a serious buyer. So the first step before starting that house shopping, is to get pre-approved. That's the first step. Next step now, you will figure out how much you can actually spend. Don't max out your bank loan. A lot of budgeting. So you're going to allot budgeting for utilities, food, and other monthly expenses. So say, for example, you go meet with your mortgage agent and they tell you that you can borrow, you have the potential to borrow up to $1 million. Now, try to go below that amount. Try not to max out that amount that the bank or the lender is willing to lend you, because there will be additional additional expenses, because remember, now you're a first-time home buyer. So things that you are not prepared for will pop up. So you don't want to be house poor. And I remember, as I was a first-time home buyer myself, I remember I was qualified for maybe at the time, that's been like over 10 years now. I was qualified for, I think it was like 350, and the house that I bought was under 300,000, because my realtor, she ensured, listen, we're going to find you a house. We're not going to max out the amount that you can afford, although the bank is going to lend you this amount. But remember, the lower amount you borrow, then the less amount you're going to pay back. So if you're able to find a house that is below the amount, then kudos to you. You're saving a little bit of extra money in your pocket each month. Now, finding the right real estate agent. The ideal real estate agent should have knowledge about the city, up-to-date market knowledge, and top-notch negotiation skills. Now, as you know, I just mentioned in the beginning that is very important. You have to find a realtor that knows the good spots and the bad spots about Hamilton. You have to find a realtor that can guide you, that can take you around, that know inside out, right? So that's a very important point of selecting your real estate agent when you're home searching in Hamilton, Ontario. I have lived in Hamilton now for going, I would say 12 years. So when I moved here, I lived in Mississauga for under a year. And then I've been living in Hamilton, Ontario since then. Next up, you will need to define your goals. Make a list of your wants and your needs. Decide what you must have. And make a list of your absolutely not items as well. This will help you, your realtor, and yourself, if it's me, to narrow down the list of homes that you will look at. So say, for example, you have kids, and you say you have 2 kids, 3 kids, and each kid need their own bedroom. So you need a 3-bedroom house. You don't need a 2-bedroom house. You must have a 3-bedroom house. Now, if we see a house that is a 2-bedroom house, why would we even go to look at that one when you know exactly that you need a 3-bedroom house, right? So that's the example of what we're talking about, the must have. Things are negotiable. Things you can adjust, like the aesthetics of the house and all that stuff, you can adjust it as you go along. So there are things that are must-haves and things that are needs. The needs are negotiable. So make a list of that to be clear when you're meeting with your realtor, to know exactly the types of homes that you need to look at. Now, here are some of the different types of homes that are available. We have the condos here. There are townhouses like here, and there are different types of townhouses. There is freehold, and then there are ones that you have to pay a condo fee. These are what detached houses looks like, and these are semi-detached houses. There's are 2 houses attached. Let me know which one of these types of houses looks like it's it will suit your need, right? And as you know, the condos, they're less expensive to purchase, but they come with a condo fee. Townhouses, more affordable. They're usually for starter, first-time home buyers, but there are some detached homes that you can get or semi-detached homes that you can get that are usually average the price depending on the location and the area in Hamilton that you'll be looking. Now, next up, you're going to go house hunting. You get your mortgage pre-approval, you meet with your real estate agent, sign up all the agreements and all those things, and you get going. Decide on your wants and your needs, decide on the type of house that you want to look at. No, this is the fun part. After finding the right agent that represents you, discussing your needs, your preferences, and all that stuff, now is the time to go out and start that journey, which is exciting, right? I know it is. Now, there are some things to consider when you're house shopping, when you're going out with your realtor, such as the transportation. As I mentioned, downtown Hamilton is ideal for transportation if you're commuting back and forth. School district, as I mentioned, if your child will be going to a university, Westdale area or Dundas area will be convenient. If you have smaller kids, then we have elementary schools, we have Catholic schools, we have public schools, and all those things. You have to consider them. The neighborhoods, convenient if you have small kids, if you have older kids, if you have parents, your parents living with you. So there are several different things to consider in the neighborhood when you're going on that house shopping journey. Now, say you went house shopping, you find the perfect house that meets all your wants and maybe some of your needs, but you can bypass those, you can negotiate those, then it's time to make an offer. Once you find the fitting house that neither too high nor too low for your budget. So now you're going to talk with your agent about including possible contingency stipulations, offers, and so on. So once you find that home, you're going to submit an offer, meet with your realtor, you decide how much you want to put in on that offer, the conditions that you want to put in. There are some very important conditions that that your agent will tell you to put in, like inspection, financing, and all those stuff. This is when we start our negotiation with the seller's agent, right? And this can be exciting. It can bring on some anxiety and it can bring on some feeling of mixed emotion. Now, this is where my skill of my mental health nursing background will come in to help to calm you down. Less stressful process. Now, once the offer is submitted, then there are 3 different things that might happen here, right? Your offer that you submit to the seller's agent might be rejected. Why? There might be a situation where there is multiple offers coming in. That's why house buying is about the right timing. Right now, the market is picking up a bit and the multiple offers might start trickling in, which might make your offer rejected. Another reason is sometimes you might put in a lower offer than what the house is listed for. The homeowners might say, nah, we don't want that one. Or there's a more competitive price offer with less conditions, which they might say, yes, this one looks more acceptable. This one looks like a better offer. And then they'll take that one. Now, the disadvantage again with buying in a seller's market, when the sellers have the upper hand, is the frustration of finding a house that meets all your needs. And then the last thing you want to hear is that this offer was rejected. Now, that is one of the disadvantages of buying in the seller's market because they have the upper hand. When you buy in a buyer's market where there's lots more options, you have the upper hand to bargain and to negotiate, which less than likely you will get a rejected offer. Next, the offer can be a counter offer where they look through your offer and they decide that, you know what, we don't like this offer, this condition that's included in this offer. So we want to we want you, the buyer, to take out this condition, or we don't like the price that you, the buyer, is putting in, so we want a different price, right? Then they will put it back to say, okay, we want this to be done. No, with that said, no, the ball is in your court. So you can either accept it, like make that change that the seller is requesting, or you can say, you know what, no, forget this. There's lots of more houses on the market. I had a plan B in mind that I looked at, so I will go on with my plan B. So that's the advantage of buying in a buyer's market when you have the upper hand over the seller. Next up is when, yes, you hit the jackpot and you feel like $1,000,000 when you're sitting and you're waiting for your realtor to get back to you to tell you that your offer was accepted. No, you're going to celebrate. You're so excited. You feel like, wow, a weight has been lifted up. I know that's a feeling I got when I purchased my first house, because when I purchased, it was in the seller's market, the first house, and it was multiple offers. I fell in love with around 5 different houses before one of them was finally accepted. No, that's a very devastated feeling. So that's why it's always to buy in the buyer's market, right? You know, although the interest rate might be higher in this period of time, they will say, marry the house and date the interest rate, which means that if you buy the house now when the interest rate is higher, at least you're getting the house that you want, less stressful process. Yes, you're going to pay a little bit more, but as the interest rate changes, you can always go in and have that change. Look into other options later down. So let's get into it. So now, as I mentioned, that there are some conditions that you don't want to skip when you're submitting your offer. And this is an example of one of the conditions, which is having an inspection done. So having a professional inspect your potential property. Now, yes, this is a house that you fall in love with. They can reveal serious issues a seller may be hiding from you. Now, your realtor is not a professional to go around and inspect houses. No, this is not our lane, right? We stay into our lane. This step is not required, but it is highly recommended. This is the time to reveal any issues or problems before you buy the property. We'll go over everything if needed to negotiate. Now, say, for example, you bought a house, you put an offer in, the house that you like, and when the inspector goes in and they realize that the roof will need to be changed in the next year, or the washer isn't working, the dryer isn't working, there's a leak in the basement, then you can go back, your realtor will represent you going back to the seller's agent to say, you know what? Can you lower the offer, or can you do this change? Can we do this? Can we do that? Or then you have the upper hand to say, you know what? This came up with all these issues. I don't want to deal with this, so I'm going to walk away and move on. So that's the purpose of having a condition in place that the offer is not yet accepted until you, the buyer, is in agreement with whatever inspection has been done and you are okay to handle whatever problem that arises during this process. Now, everything is done. That part of it is done, and now it's getting closer to closing. So now it's time to secure, to confirm your finances with your lender. You'll meet with your lender. So again, whether that's your bank or your mortgage agent, to secure your mortgage and provide all the additional information to verify everything, dot all the dots, cross all the T's, and to sign all the mortgage documents. So you have that in place to prepare for closing. Then it is always important to do a final walkthrough before closing. You can see if anything that you didn't see the first time when you go and view that property. Sometimes the owners are moving out and there is damage to the walls. You know, it just brings up things that you might not have seen before you sign all the final documents. So it is very important to do a final walkthrough to make sure everything is working and everything is in good order. Now, this is when excitement is bubbling up, right? Now comes the closing date. Time to sign all the documents to make it final. You'll sign documents that will finalize your mortgage, pay the seller, pay your closing costs, and transfer the title from the seller to you. So this is usually done by a lawyer. So you'll go to the lawyer's office. Usually the seller will recommend different lawyers, and you sit, sign your life away, as they usually say. And as you're anticipating getting those keys to your home, yes, your first home, girl, it's time to celebrate. It's celebration. Yes, so that's the steps to your home buying process. It's not too bad, right? As it sounds, as it seems. Yes, that's how it goes. So if you have any questions, if you have any concerns, let me know. Send me an email. My email is right here. My email address, my website is right here. And if you're ready to buy, you're ready to find a mortgage agent, you're just so excited to step into this new era, to start celebrating, to start your home buying process, then I am so happy to represent you as your realtor. I will send you an email. You'll see in your email follow-up a spot to book your discovery session where we can have a virtual coffee chat to discuss the next steps going forward. So that is the next step. And that's how we're going to see how you can achieve your home ownership goals here in Hamilton, Ontario. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end. And if you did stick around to the end, let me know in the comments by saying the end, right? Thank you so much, and we'll keep in touch. Bye for now.